everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to make granola. And I love having granola in my cupboards because it's like a nice little treat. When I'm hungry and instead of grabbing some junk food, I could have granola and I feel like I'm doing something good for my body. And I like to make sure that I use my own ingredients. Because if you look at a lot of ingredients of the store-bought granola, a lot of it's made with soybean oil. And I'm allergic to soybean oil. Soybean oil is not good for my tummy nor my body. It causes inflammation and it's really bad for you. And every little ingredient in your products that you buy affect your body in some way. So I like to make sure that I know what I'm putting inside my body. I really appreciate you being here. If you could click, like, and subscribe, it would really help me out. And I'd love to hear your comments. So please leave a comment below. And let's get going making granola. My oven is preheated and let's go. Okay, so we're back getting ready to make granola. And the first thing that you want to do is measure out 4 cups of oats. And I use the gluten-free ones. And then I chop some nuts. Now the beauty of making your own granola is that you can really pretty much make it with whatever you want. I like using walnuts and pecans, but this time I have some almonds in here. I'm just going to chop it up. Usually you want to put 1.5 cups of nuts, but I really end up putting like 2 cups in because I like it nutty. You can add fruit, you can add chocolate chips at the end. You could really do whatever it is you like. That's why I like to make it myself, because I get to add and do whatever I like. And I like to add a lot of nuts. So I'm just chopping them up really quickly. And you can have it, coarsely chopped. Doesn't have to be perfect. Nothing that I do really looks perfect, but it sure does taste good. And that's really all that matters. Okay, so I think we're set here. I'm gonna pop that in. And then I am going to also, I love having a little bit of these sliced almonds in there. That's about 1/2 cup. I just throw it in. Like I said, I love the nutty flavor of the granola. So I'm gonna add a teaspoon of salt. And I'm gonna add a teaspoon of vanilla. And I like to use the pure vanilla. I love to get the vanilla in Mexico. Whenever I go, I always buy it, but I've used it all. There is a teaspoon of vanilla, and then about 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. And this is a teaspoon, but I'm just gonna, add a little more cinnamon because I do like that. So then all we have to do is add 1/2 cup of maple syrup. You could use honey if you prefer, but I like the maple syrup. And then 1/2 cup of olive oil, and I'm using my Richello olive oil Piqual. And all granola has oil in it. Most granola that when I look at the ingredients, has some type of an oil. People could use coconut oil. I of course like using olive oil because I like knowing that I'm getting really good, healthy, and delicious olive oil. And then a lot of people use canola and soybean and those processed seed oils that are really made by chemical means. They get heated, they get disinfected, I don't want to eat those unless I absolutely have to. And like I said earlier, soybean oil is like poison. Back in the day, years ago, like maybe 10 or 15, I never understood why I'd get so sick eating foods like salad dressings and granola, and why I would just have such a problem with my stomach. And it caused other inflammation in my body. But now I know. So when you know better, you do better. That's what Maya Angelou said, and I absolutely love that saying. Because honestly, when you know better, you just do better. And then if you don't, well then you know what you're doing. So I have a cookie sheet here lined with parchment paper, because you don't want all of this sticky gooiness to get stuck to the pan. You want it to get stuck to your oats. So we're gonna pop it in here and just tap it out. And then we'll put it in the oven at 350 for 10 minutes. And then at 10 minutes, you're gonna mix it all around a little bit. And then for another 10 minutes, so total time of 20 minutes. And then you let it cool for about an hour and it's ready to go. Okay, we're gonna pop this in the oven and set the timer for 10 minutes. Okay, so it's been 10 minutes. So I'm gonna take this out and I'm gonna just fluff it a little bit. Just to move things around and let it all get some heat. And then put it back in for another 10 minutes. Okay, so it has been 20 minutes total. And you could make it go to 25, but I find that 20 minutes works just great. And it might not look like it's super, super crispy, but once it sits and cools down, it gets crispy. So you can see, I will bring this to you. You can see, here it is. And it kind of feels like it's still a little wet, if that's the right word. But as it cools, it does crisp up. And then you have delicious homemade granola. So the granola is now cool, and you can see it's crunchy. It's really good. And it has all the nuts. You can always add chocolate chips, dried fruit to it, anything you like. So I really hope you enjoy this recipe. I like it with a little bit of oat milk and a little oat on oat, and I enjoy it. And so I hope you do as well. If you try the recipe, let me know what you think. And thank you very much for joining me in my kitchen. And ciao for now. Bye.